This is why this is important.
Help! So the donation goal for the EcoFlow River, that's a little power station that we want to get to plug the entire stream into so that we never have this issue. At least eliminate one of the issues. H-E-L-P! SOS!
Blink twice.
I'm blinking! Okay, back to business. Let me fix this up real quick. It would be awesome. That's what I'm hoping for. Okay, we're all good here. You just zoom in a bit. Full restart. Yeah, that was not OBS. That was power. I don't even know what to say. Okay, all I was doing was getting our little dough ball together, and then everything went black. And I just like looked up at Sam. But let's get this covered, and then we'll get into lobster taking apartage. Thank gosh I have some plastic gloves today, otherwise I would be smelling like lobster for probably the rest of the whole week. Seafood has a very distinct smell, guys. Anything that comes from the ocean, just be aware. You don't want to get those juices and stuff everywhere. It'll haunt you like whatever is haunting me right now in my life. Okay, let's set our timer. "45 minutes, and then we'll check on this. Hopefully it's doubled in size, and then we can make our 12 buns. Sam says we know who's haunting us, but we can't blame him because it's not fair. Okay. Big old pot for lobster shells. And then I'm gonna get a big old cutting board too. Is it in here? Yes. And then maybe also what? A bowl? Oh no, it's getting like rusted. I guess I gotta spray some bleach on it. We'll get a bowl for our lobster bitties. We'll also get, because I know this is helpful. I don't know if Sam's gonna help us take lobster apart either. But we need the shears. I think I'll be okay. See how quick I go.
I thought like you're gonna take the meat out of the legs and stuff.
I'm not.
Are you?
I don't have to.
You're gonna roll the legs out?
Chopstick them up. Okay, first before I touch this anymore, because I can smell it, I gotta wash my hands. And then I'll put gloves on. What?
You're cutting boards, so no touching of the wood?
Maybe. But then you have to wash it right after for me. What?
No.
He says no. Why don't you want to help? What's your issue? What? He's just whispering to himself back there. Oh, do we need music back on, guys, or Samo got it on for us? He says he did everything. I'll carry on. Let's see how these are. Also, the other thing we are wondering, so we've never had this product yet, guys, is like how salty it's gonna be. Because usually this stuff is like pre-cooked in a salt water, right? Really mimics just the ocean where it came from. But some people's brines or like poaching pots are quite salty, whatever they put in there. So I thought it would be interesting to see what we thought. What's the date on these, dudes? So this was, so they're previously frozen. They were packed on the 11th. We bought them, or sorry, packed on the 10th. The day that we bought them, they were packed at 6:40 a.m. I love that. But they have the times and everything. And yeah, we were there at 9. Okay, so the first things I'm gonna do is just take the tail off. That should be the easiest. Just like twist it off, really. Get a little bit of the innards out at the same time. Could happen. Some people love that stuff. I don't really love it, so I'd probably just rinse that out. Next one. But what that stuff really is good for is making an unreal broth. Like, that is straight up flavor. Right, Bonk? You know. Just put it back into the body. It's fine. No one's gonna know. Oh. The red. Our sea bugs. Okay, so that was one of the hard parts. Next one. Got our claws. One thing I do like when you buy pre-cooked lobster like this is it's usually cooked very well. Not overcooked, not undercooked. So it makes it easy to take it apart too. So you can potentially use chopsticks to take the meat out of all of those legs. I'm just gonna put that part in the pot right now. Get some extra space on here. Twist our next claw. Next one into the pot. Shrimps is buggies. All of these are like ocean buggies. Some people even call them aliens. Ocean bugs. But yeah, these claws, man, good sizes, guys. This is great. So now I'm gonna get rid of this gross part. 6 claws, 3 tails. Get this stencher out of my life. Is that for putting the cutting board on? Can you please open that first?
Yeah, you can put the stuff on.
Oh, like just do it on the pan? And then when we go to cut the lobster up, we'll use the board. Okay. That way there's a rim, because it's kind of juicy, guys. Yeah, how did we even figure out this was tasty? Right, Mary? Lobster used to be prison food. It's got a really interesting history. We can definitely say that. Okay, so next easy one for me is usually just getting the tail meat out. So we're gonna open this up, take our shears, and we're just gonna cut a slit through this middle part. And then if I show you guys, just be really careful because there's crazy spikes underneath their tails, right? Defense mechanism. Do not poke yourself. It hurts. So you just hold that. We don't want to dig into the meat too much, so I'm just trying to get right under the shell. That's it. One more all the way to the end. And now we can do a split open like that. There's juices everywhere already. And then pick that out. That's nice.
Nice work.
I guess, yeah, you can just put it in the sink. Guys, I'm like covered in lobster bits already. We're committing today. It is a nice tail. That's what I said. I think they cooked it really well. Really nice cook on that. Next one. Try not to tear it up when you take it out. The face I make when I do that because I don't want it to splash in my eyeball. That's that. There's a bit of stuff in here. I'm just going to scoop that out in the pot. Nice, guys. Take that part off too, kind of clean it up. That can all go into the stock pot. Any of that sort of cooked like fish protein. It's really just the fat and stuff like that. Okay, next one. This one's always a bit more difficult, but first I'm going to separate the large part of the claw from these other smaller pieces. And be careful once again, because if we look at that spike. It'll get you. Just get a good grip so that it doesn't really move in your hand too much. This one's already cracked, so that's helpful. Nice. Okay, so some of this is cracked. Are the rest of them? I don't think so. So I think we'll try to do one crack here. Don't want to cut through the meat. Might have to go a bit higher up. Or this is going to be a Samo cracking for us. This is the scary part for me that I really don't like doing. 'Cause this shell on the claws, like this is me double handing on this insanely sharp kitchen shear. Okay, so this is where we bring the cutting board back in. Deep Sound Dispatches. These 3 lobsters were, I think, $54. 54. We used the cleaver yesterday on the duck, and we'll use it again today on this. Okay. So what I'm gonna do, basically just take your cleaver, and I'm gonna just have like, just take a cloth from this sink, put something on your one palm where you're gonna hit the knife. You could even just leave it on there if you want. Will that even get through? Holy shit. That's me like smacking it so hard. Get this more centered. Yeah, that's gonna be a Samo. I can't even get through there. Can we take this part out though? Is it gonna come out clean by itself? Sometimes we gotta wait for the rest of the claw. Okay, so we can take that part out. That's fine. This is nuts. Lobster tough. That's crazy, guys. Okay, let's put those over there. You guys also see how there's like kind of 2 different shaped claws on the lobsters. So one's always like more fat and one is skinnier. Nice, Mickey. Your new pans came in today. Did you use it yet? This part's so interesting to me. It's like a bone, but not a bone. You just kind of wiggle that part out. Should come out nice and clean. Also a good indication that it was cooked really nicely. Cooked Sunday dinner with your pans? Nice, dude. Maybe it'll help you cook more at home with the new stuff. Last one. And then the long, straight parts of these claws are really good for helping to poke out other meatier bits from like this kind of stuff. Let's see if we can get the shear through here. Usually it has no problem, but holy smokes. That's nuts. Can't believe I can't get through. See, like that one cracked no problem. These are also hard to get through because it's so spiky. But you should be able to just crack right in there. Open it up. And take out like this good chunk of meat. All together. Like that. Yum. And now the next little part we can get through once we got that meat out. Nice. See, that's going easy through. Just a thinner part of shell, right? You can open that up. Mickey, you only had 2 pans before those? So that's a big upgrade then. That's a great way to start the year. There's that little morsel. I cut through it a bit, but still it all came out nice and clean. So we'll finish those. Sam was just in the shower right now, guys, and then he'll have to finish the tails for us. But we can, or sorry, finish the claws, but we can get the tails cleaned up a bit better and prepped for what we want to use them for. Not bad though so far. It's only taken about 10 minutes to do this first part. I gotta do another little bit through here. Just goes flying. So as I'm taking this apart, we can kind of imagine like the people in the restaurants that have to make the lobster rolls. Are they doing all this too in the back, taking apart every whole lobster like this? Maybe. I don't know. I've never worked at a place like that. But maybe that's why it's so expensive. It's because taking lobster apart is not easy. Okay, that got cracked through there. Right? Labor is what you're paying for. It's not the food ingredients. It's the time it takes to get this part. Nice. Okay, next one. Yeah, I wonder. Do they... I would say most probably places that do a lobster roll should have like a lobster bisque on the menu too, right? Because like you said, if they have all those shells, they better be using them to make broth. But these are nice nuggets coming out of these parts. It's not like sometimes when you get seafood, like only half of the shell is full. It's like, where's the rest of it? So good quality right here. Cookie. Oh, that's a good one. I do have a mallet. Not like a wooden one, so it might be a bit loud. but I have a flat side on my meat mallet. That should do it. See, does this show where or what coast I grew up or spent some time on? Not the lobster one. Give me a crab though. I'll take that thing apart in no time. Hi, Journey of Self-Discovery. Happy Sunday, friend. Hope you're doing okay. Cookie with the pro tips. Ow! That part got me. It hurt, it bit me, is what I usually say. The lobster bit me. Ouch, Charlie. Enjoying some noise? What kind of noise? Me yelling at the lobsters? Oh, noms. Okay. I was like, I guess some people enjoy noise. I was like, are they at like a music show or something? What kind of noms do you have then? Can we get this out in one whole piece? Doesn't want to open for us. There we go. Crack those shells. Nice. Okay, 2 more of those, and then just the claws. This spike right here, man, that'll hurt. You see that? That's like what got me. I had to go through more because it didn't want to open. Ouch. Samu, I can't get through the claws. I'm definitely gonna need some help. Cookie says use a mallet. Like the meat mallet. And some of these I can't even get through. There's stuff flying everywhere. Rice and chicken curry. Yeah, I already know that. Just leave the shirt on. I'm gonna need help. I already told you that. Bob is loaded. Seatbelt time. Safety first. Thank you. Oh, I got it. If anyone wants to strengthen their hands, go work at a lobster place. This is a workout for your hands. Whoa. The juice is just fine. I got these ones. Just I can't get the claws. I did not get this one open though. A savior. I made progress though, chat. Yeah, that one is absolutely nuts. Good job. Samo to the rescue. I'm glad I'm not the only one that makes a funny face when they're cracking claws and shells. Is this sound satisfying, guys? This snapping when we get the meat out? Or does it bug some of you? It's too primal. Oh no. Got that little nugget out. Nice. Yeah, maybe me taking that part out of the claw was better.
No, don't just try to force down on it. Pull up. And then
Oh. Samuel's done more lobsters than me. He says don't just try to like cut down on the shells, guys. Actually like kind of pull with the scissors. I haven't even had a piece yet because I didn't want to cheat before Samuel came. But that is the next step. Okay. A little salty, guys. This really tastes like the sea, though. I would say, and definitely not too salty. That's gonna be good. Nice. Thanks. And now we just take one side and open it up. And then should be able to just take that right out. Pile it up with the rest of this stuff.
There you go.
All these juices are gonna go into the pot. Did you hurt yourself?
No, I thought I did.
Okay.
I didn't get myself this time.
It's really hard still. Just because the shell's cracked, guys, doesn't mean it's easy to open it. Help! That shit went flying. Sometimes you gotta nick into it a bit, but it's okay. You just flip it over. Nobody's gonna know. Use all your rage. I know, but then sometimes it slips and then your rage goes into your own self.
So follow the same pattern I did if you want to and cut. If this is the weak spot.
Yeah, I just can't. The shell itself is just really thick for that to even pry open on this one. So I gotta go like that way up or what?
No,
on the other side?
Go in this side.
That way?
Yeah. Now press down. No, don't do that. Now lift, push this down and lift the knife up. Like you're going like this.
I am trying.
Like can opener.
I just am not strong enough. That's all of my strength to do it. I don't think men understand that our hands are not even nearly the same. I am just a one woman. Thank you. That's all I asked for. And now, do we have any meaty legs here? Let's see. Has anyone seen, guys, the trick? These little legs to get the meat out? Ramsey says to use a chopstick and roll it. I've never tried. I'm gonna try back here on the cutting board. And see if it actually comes out.
It's cracked there.
Yep. Oh, I see. You can what?
I said lobster eating contest.
Yeah, guys, so the one spot that Sam and I worked together in Jasper, one of our favorite little mountain towns, also a national park of Canada, that's most of it burnt down this summer. But anyways, when we worked there, our staff parties at the end of the season, because usually the place is closed around October, Like the endless lobster. So you know what Sam would do. What was your most amount of lobsters that you had?
I think 6 to 8.
6 or 8 in one sitting. Don't mess with the bear. Right, Mary? Like, I did pretty good with what I got through, but some of these are just so thick that I can't even do it. But that's when he was also, like, working out a shit ton and stuff like that, right? Like, your appetite was nuts then. It's a good batch of lobster. So then we'll just have to watch for, like, any shell fragments. Guys, usually I'll just give, like, a little rinse on all of the meat once we got it out. It's true, right, Titan? It's all you can eat lobster. That's what you're supposed to do. And some of them were huge. It's true. If you want, I can hold the meat and we'll just pour it into the pot. Do we need those claws?
Yeah, those are snacking claws.
Those are snacking claws. We'll worry about those later.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so I'm going to bring the cutting board over now. I got the cleaver dirty, but we didn't actually need it. And then we'll have to cut up some stuff. And then we'll divide, guys. Do we want half and half, Samos, for butter and the mayo salad?
Yep.
2 butters and 2 mayos salads. And then I guess we'll get our lobster broth on. And our timer on the bread, we have about 15 minutes left. So that took around 30 minutes for 3 lobsters. So around 10 minutes per lobster.
There's 3 and not 4?
There was 3.
Oh.
There's quite a bit of meat there though, hey? For $50? Because, like, what is one lobster tail add-on at a steakhouse?
So weigh that.
He says, weigh that. Okay, yes, sir.
Now you'll know exactly how much it costs.
Can you tell he was raised by a German in the military? A German and the military. Best of both worlds. I'm just trying to clean off the cutting board because there's lobster juice everywhere. Bong says he's a butter lobster roll fan. A tight or light, I thought you said tight mayo. A light mayo dressing is good too. Well, that's the thing, right? Is I don't like when things are overdressed, so we won't even get close to that. Nice, light, lemony mayo, a little bit of crunch. We'll get some fresh dill in there too. Yes. Just doing cool water into the pot with the shells, and guys, this is how it looks. You can turn that off when it fills, and I'll do this part. Tails. Claws. And then the miscellaneous nuggets. What, about 500 grams? 433 it says.
You can put those on.
And these, except there's weight from the
but
shell.
We had snacks off the shell.
Oh yeah. So yeah, it was around 500 grams worth.
So out of 3 pounds of lobster, you got 500 grams of usable meat. So $50 for 500 grams. So it's $10 per 100 grams.
$10 per 100 gram?
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm gonna do rinsing of this part, the back part of the tail where it's kind of poopy. Any sort of stuff that's kind of weird color in there, just get that out. And then it won't look weird when we chop it up and mix it in. But it looks like we'll have to clean the tails. We'll have to split the tails in half, guys. They weren't cleaned first, and clean that out. I'll just do this initial stuff out of there. Let's see. Mussels you don't really like? When you have a bad one, yeah. I feel it.
So that's on par with just going to Nova Scotia eating it fresh from the truck.
Huh. Interesting. Okay, so like that, that's what I was saying, guys. Split that in half, rinse it out, or put it in your stock pot. Whatever works. Same thing you do with shrimpies, right? Whoa, that part didn't even come out. Hello? Get out of there. Same with that one. Gotta like pick it actually out of there. Okay? No poop, no thank you. Hi, Shiggity.
No poop.
A garlicky bowl of mussels and prawns with fresh bread? Yes, please. You're making me miss living on the coast a bit. The poop line. Get it gone. Last tail to do that with. And then hopefully we have 4 nice claws that we can use for presentation on each roll. And we're set, guys. Gotta get these coated. Little pot full of butter melted and clarified. That's going in the stock pot. Okay, I'm gonna take my gloves off now. Maybe I'll leave one on. I'll pack away those little claws because I'm not dealing with that currently on stream. Almost tight, and we're getting there, but we still don't have any buns. So sounds like you gotta hold your horses still. Hold your horses. Okay, let's get a couple bowls. Get this scale out. It's now been lobstered for the rest of its life. And then actually, guys, I gotta take a bathroom break. Sneaky little washroom break real quick. I'll be back in a moment. Don't go anywhere. Oh. So the stream deck doesn't work. How do I mute the mic? Everything's black. Just unplug it. It's just because we had those issues, guys, and we tried to start the stream really quick, but now some components aren't talking to each other. now it's just muted.
You're good. You're good.
It actually is muted.
It works. It works. I fixed it.
Hello, it's me. I'm back. I think it's working now. There it is. Hello. Okay, especially says, have we ever been to Calgary? Yes. When did we go last? Not that long ago. Samuel's birthday weekend. So October 7th?
Yeah.
We have some friends there. And yeah, just like going to hang out. Nice and close to the mountains. Okay, let's get back into this. We got about 5 minutes left before we check on the dough for the buns, so maybe I shouldn't get into anything quite yet. I think I'll just combine this back onto the plate and put it in the fridge for now while we work on that stuff. But all the hard parts are now complete, other than dividing the buns and getting them baked. Probably just use a smaller cutting board too. Lobster juice is everywhere. I'm organizing my sink. One sec, guys. It's already getting bunged up. These big things. I don't like doing stuff like this at home, like all the messy, like juicy stuff, like taking lobsters apart. So much easier to do it in a restaurant where you don't have to care as much about where stuff goes because the restaurant literally gets cleaned top to bottom every day. Well, yeah, it's not like weird services like you have at home. Everything's nice and smooth and stainless. You can see where it all goes. Okay, I'm gonna go grab, because I think this stuff is good. I said what, around double the size of the dough ball when we left it. Maybe we will leave it another 10 minutes or so. It looks a little bit low still. Want it to come up a bit higher, so I'll reset that. I know I just put the lobster away, but I can get the celery and stuff prepped for the lobster salad. I we'll still get a couple bowls out. They only said about a 1/4 cup of celery. That might only be one stalk. Like that piece. One small piece. And we need lemon. We got the dill growing next door, just beside us. Let's wash this up. Celery's always really dirty down there. Don't think I've ever had celery from a whole bunch that I didn't have to wash. Just doesn't exist like that. Trim that, and then we'll go half. And then for this, we want it cut really nice and small so that you don't have big crunches on celery. It's more for the texture than the flavor. Practice your knife skills a bit. I'm gonna trim that up and just munch on those. Bob is home. He made it. Good job, Bob. Okay. Now back across. Nice little pieces. Into the bowl. Just going to pick a few sprigs of dill. Growing like crazy over here again. One. And two. Should be good. Pick that and then we'll give it a chop. And yeah, we should have buns done by like 3 p.m.-ish. And then get them filled. So while they're baking, we can work on the salad. And then they will have to cool a few moments too before we stuff them with all this goodness we're making. I think everything will still time out really good today. Let's chop this up. So the one with just butter, sorry, the dill was a bit dry there. Just take out those pieces. The lobster roll with just the lobster coated with butter, I think we'll just do a nice chive garnish on top. But typically there's not anything mixed in with it. It's just straight up lobster and butter in the bun. But this one, you guys can see, has a bit more flavor in it. But some people are like lobster purists, where they just like the meat with the butter. Trying to think of the one that I got in San Diego. I think it was just a butter one.
It was just butter. And the amount of butter that you had, you had to get like 24 napkins.
Oh yeah, most amount of napkins I've ever used to eat somewhere. Lobster roll. Roll the lemon, guys, and then I'll wash it, and then we'll do a little bit of lemon zest and some juice. You remember just butter, Mary? Mary's like, I was there. She remembers. Some places only do one or the other as well, right? Oh, that was not the right mouse. Okay, now I want to look it up though. Wonder if the place still exists. That was back in when? $2022? Ironside Fish and Oyster, was that it? No, but I did eat there. Need to see it on the map. Lobster West Coronado, it was called. They do catering. Imagine getting lobster rolls catered. That's what it is, guys. I was trying to see what the price was, if they have it online. Yeah, they do a lobster bisque there.
$39 now for the epic lobster roll.
I did get the epic one. So the epic lobster roll, double meat. Holy, $39. 2023? Maybe you are right, 2023, because that's when I started working up north, right? Okay, back to this. Let's get a little bit of zesty. Like a maybe teaspoon or so. Smells really good. Tap that out. Do like just a little piece off of that lemon. Squeeze that to start. We can always put more. Yeah, because I went to San Diego for TwitchCon right before I started working up in the Arctic with Sam. I came back and went to work. I remember that. It was like my last hurrah. And then I also went from like plus 30 Celsius to like minus 30 Celsius in a week. It was funny for me. Flying from like all the way south to all the way up north. Okay, so that's what we're gonna leave in there right now. Let's say. Okay, we only have 38 seconds before the timer goes off. It did rise up a little bit more. Doesn't look entirely doubled yet though, so I think we'll quickly prep our butter in the pot and get it clarifying, and then we can do making our hot dog buns. Samo found the vid. The ferry ride was so fun. And I totally didn't think that the stream would work on it, but it like mostly did. I remember that. We were all so excited. A little pot. And then so we'll do our butter in this pot, and then we want to make sure that we can also fit whatever lobster into here too. Because the lobster's already seasoned by the salt water, we want to do unsalted butter. It's always so nice, Mary, to stream IRL when I go to the States. I might actually just do the whole rest of this. Should I just do all this, Samuel? Yep. Whenever I stream IRL in the States, it's really enjoyable because the internet is so good there. Compared to in Canada where we are, it often will cut out all the time. So it's just not as fun when you run into issues like that. And then also, like us or me streaming that back then, well now, a couple of years later, I can still go back and watch the video. Okay, so that's going on the stove top. I'll just put it on medium heat. And then I'll keep my eye on it. If you can fit that in the fridge, get it in there. I'll just leave it back here for now. And then I'm getting a big cutting board for making the hot dog buns on. Because I don't like making a floury mess of my wooden one. Back it up. All we see is white. New England hot dog bun. So what did they say for this too? Is there any special way that we have to roll them? It says there's no special pans needed. We just use a sheet pan. Sounds good. A 9 by 13 inch rectangular baking pan. It holds 12 rolls when placed in 2 rows side by side. So we can just line it with parchment. That will be good. And I'll set that beside. Transfer right over there. How do I plug the mouse in? It's flashing.
See the dongle and 2 little dots there? Unplug the back of that. Just plug the mouse in. No, should be in the front there.
Oh. I see.
Yeah, just unplug the feel of that. Plug it into the mouse. Or put it on top if you don't need the mouse right now.
Thanks for the follow. Whale? LOL? Okay, guys. Oh, I can still scroll with it plugged on. That works good. No, I can't. The butter sounds crazy back there. Flatten each piece of dough. So we're going to divide this into 12. Flatten it into 3 inches by 5 inches. Roll it to form a cylinder. Pinch the edges. Put the seam side down. So no different than what I usually do. But 3 to 5 inches or 3 by 5 inches is what we're looking for. Sounds good. get a bench scraper. We'll get this scooped out. Doesn't feel super sticky, so I'm not gonna put any flour on the board. Or at least I'll see how it feels when we get it out of here. Really fluffy and stretchy. It feels good. One of the nicer doughs I've felt lately. Although there is no sourdough in here, so that always kind of changes the texture too. This is where our butter is at already. Okay, so dividing this into 12 the best that you can. Usually I kind of press this out into a square or a rectangle. Make it easier to divide. Set that there. Stretch that one out a bit. So cut it in half and then each side into 3. Let's see how we did. Not gonna ball them up just yet. Put that there. Okay. Next ones. And the last 3. And then I usually just kind of go over and see if there's any that are bigger or smaller and then adjust the amount of dough. Maybe that one. But other than that, I think that is pretty dang good. Okay, so now I would say don't ball this, because it'll make it too hard to press it out into the rectangle. You're gonna overwork the gluten if you do that. So now, the best that we can, might use a rolling pin, let's see how it goes. Kind of press and stretch this out. That looks pretty good. And then it just says to roll it up. Now is where I might use a little bit of flour because it's just slightly sticky and pulling off of this board. I don't know if you guys can see on this back edge where it's just kind of pulling. Not that that's a bad thing though, because it's nice to have it tight like that. You'll get a nicer crumb. This is so small though. What the heck? Kind of use the bench scraper to help yourself. That is it? That looks like nothing. Okay, onto the sheet pan. Let me just fix this parchment. I'm just gonna get a little cup of flour to use. There it is, because we're gonna go 6, if I turn it this way, 6 in a row on both sides. Okay, the butter is getting there, guys. Maybe a couple more moments and then it is good. Does a rolled tube taste different than a blob you reshape into a tube without rolling? I honestly don't know. That's a great question. I think it'll probably all be the same. The reason that we flatten it and then roll it is so that you don't have any extra air bubbles in there. I don't know if you've ever cut into a loaf of bread and then there's just what they call a tunnel through the middle of it. Just a complete air bubble that was built up in there and baked through. So that's what we're trying to not have happen. Alright guys, I'm just going to turn this pot of butter off now. Show you how it looks. So that is what I call the second foam. But if we swirl it, you can see it's just kind of starting to brown. Take that off of the heat. Let that hang out. And then we want to put these pretty close together so that when they bake, they will be touching. I'm going to say maybe around like 1/2 inch space in between. Okay, let's see how the next one rolls with just a little bit of flour. Is it going to be easier or worse? Right now, it's not even sticking, so I think it's worse. Because your dough is going to slide around more, right? But you don't know unless you try. I'm going to try to do this a little bit quicker since we have 12. Your weather is scary, Mary. Wind gusts up to 50 miles an hour. That is like quite a bit. I don't blame you for being scared. There's been some nuts weather this whole week, I would say. So the one thing that flour did do is like, it made it more smooth. So maybe it does help. You can also see as we work with this, they're starting to proof on this side. They're already proofing right after we put them on the tray. It ripped off a gutter? What is going on up there? So we press out any extra air bubbles and then roll it. We got fresh baked bread smell today. It's really hard to sleep when the wind is howling. Yeah, and the trees are hitting your windows. I mean, when we worked up in the Arctic in the winter, right, we'd get some nut storms. And we were just like in a plywood cabin, really, for the accommodations. So when it got really windy, like the whole place would be shaking. Really hard to sleep through that. 31-7 was the score on one of the football games, guys, that you're watching. They got their butts kicked. I'm excited to see how these turn out. My first ever hot dog buns. Even after all these years, I still have firsts, guys. I know it's hard to think of, but it does happen. Okay, one side is done. That's the first 6. They're looking pretty good, I would say. Try to like keep them straight, right? No wonky hot dog buns. The first one looks the funniest. Wonky is how you tell they're homemade, though? Okay, you're right saying that. It did not come from a factory. Mary, do you have your own weather station there? Trying to keep it rectangular when I press it out like this. Tuck in the little edges. Nice. I think these are going to be awesome. Definitely have an appreciation for homemade hot dog buns now. How much you have to slap this dough? Spank it. To move a couple over. I realized I put them in a weird spot. Okay, last 3. We got this. Then we just gotta finish everything up. If you see air bubbles on the outside, try to pop them if you can. Okay, last 2. How fluffy are these buns gonna be? That's the question. last one. Smallest amount of flour. Oops. You're hoping fluffy, Mary? Me too. And then you guys can make them for yourself at home as well after I make sure it's a good recipe that works. I think with how nice the dough feels as we're doing this, that's a good indicator of how it's gonna be when it bakes. Okay. The first one that I put on here is getting so fluffy. Ew, this one kind of fell over. The seam. Make sure wherever you put it, the seam doesn't do weird stuff. The first two are definitely not as nice as the other ones though. So now, after I do a little rearranging here, I'm gonna go grab a clean dish towel. I'll get those covered so they don't dry out as they finish proofing. I'm gonna set a 15-minute timer, I think, to check on them. And so those should double in size again. And get rid of our flour bin. That was the last hard part of the stream. Completed. Gonna give a little hand wash. Wiperoo. Get rid of the big board. Nice. It's only 2:12. We're actually doing really good for timing still, guys. It always feels like it's getting later and later when you make homemade bread, but that's not bad. How warm is the kitchen? I'll have to see with the instant read. It's not super warm in here though. So I might create a little proofing chamber in the oven. It's really nice outside, so I have all the windows open. But that also means that the house is cooler. FCB, how's it going? Welcome. We are at, Mary, probably like 70 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm gonna make a fake proofing chamber then. I don't need these bowls. How's your weekend going, FCB? Okay, so proof. We got the buns. We melted the butter for the Connecticut lobster rolls. We got some of the salad made for the main version with the mayo. And then we got to work on all of our other actual green salad that we're going to make with orange and stuff. So we will get the one lobster salad mixed up with the mayo in it and then just keep that in the fridge. And then we'll also dice up the other lobster we want to use for warming up in the butter. And then that part is done. Turn that oven off. We're not doing an actual proofing. Just making it warm. Okay, so this is where we were at before we divided the buns. A little bit of celery finely diced, some lemon zest and juice, and fresh dill chopped up. We don't need this other bowl, I don't think. And then we have all of our lobster that we took apart earlier here. So we want to save one nice claw piece to put on top of each roll. We're doing 4 rolls today, 2 of each kind. I think Sam ate that other version of claw, so we'll do this bigger one then. So make sure we save those on the side. I think I'll just put them up here for now so that they don't get cut up. Don't get rid of the garnish. Been a busy one. Approaching our busy time of the year, but the weather's been nice. 21 Celsius and sunny. That sounds like a dream right now. We have, I think, like around 0 today, 0 Celsius. Okay, so the rest of this, guys, nice nuggets. Nice big pieces. That one I'll put into for the butter. Put that claw meat in there. And then this part that's kind of discolored on the tail, just gonna chop that, and that's gonna go into the mayo. Because once you mix it with the mayo and stuff, you're not gonna notice that discoloring from the lobster innards. Clean it up a bit. So the weather command broke and then we couldn't get it fixed. So I just turned it off, Cat. Sorry to say. Okay, and then we have all of these miscellaneous bits and bobs from the different parts of the lobster claw, let's say. Once again, keep nice big morsels. Because this stuff gets mixed up, so you don't want it to just fall apart. These parts that look kind of messy will go into the mayo bowl. And then that plate is done for. Also kind of feeling for any shell fragments as I'm dealing with this part. Kat, how are you doing? Feel like it's been a minute? You were almost done school, right? Or you were in school? Okay, now we'll start dicing some of this stuff up. And that's it. And then it's just the claw garnish left, which will be put into the butter, I think. Yeah, the weather command's broken. My peoples. Holy, okay, I'm gonna trim this a bit. Because the bowl doesn't seem that full. trimming it up, making it look real good. Leave that one. I'll go get another small container. Now all of our lobster's been dealt with. That turned into like nothing. You're still in school this semester. You're doing advanced EMT. Sweet. 15-week hybridized course. Nice. You get to do it like as you are at home. Love that. For the butter, for the butter. Stack that up. For the mayo. Let's get the mayo out. Mix it all up. And a spoon. A spoon. You added some photos to Discord? Okay, I'll look after stream. Okay, so like Bonk said earlier, just a nice light mayo dressing. Nothing too crazy. So start with a small amount and you can always add more. So there's lemon juice in here, right? So it's gonna sauce it up a bit too. Honestly, that scoop is probably it. All of that lobster turned into such a small amount. I'm not going to mix all this celery from the side in. It almost seems like we had too much. But that looks nicely coated. I think we got to come in a bit more. So it's not sopping, like there's not a ton of juices on the bottom of the bowl. Not like a really small piece. Just needs a little bit of pepper, I think, and then we're good. The lemon flavor is good. The dill is good. Just a little bit. I'll do like nice fine grind, not big peppery pieces. And then we'll let that marinate. The lobster is salty enough, Bonk. Yeah, I would not add any more salt. The seasoning's built in from the ocean, let's say. That'll do it. Nice chunky pieces in there. Perfect spot for that in here. And then, okay, lettuce and salad time. Get this head of lettuce out. We'll wash it up. Orange segments. Oh, also, let's do a small little roasting pan with our almonds. Ready for the oven for when the buns bake. We can toast our almonds for this salad. You can't handle the celery on the bowl. That's okay, Bonk. I mean, you know me. It bugs me too. Sam is not a big celery person, so I didn't want to mix it in. So I left it on the side. Because what else am I going to do with it? I'm going to toast like a good amount of these because, maybe not that much. I've been snacking on almonds and it's been nummy. One layer. These just say product of the USA, but they probably came from California then. we can say. I've been loving a toasted almond and date snack. Really good. One whole head of lettuce. See how it is. Get the salad spinner. This thing is large and in charge. I think it was only like $3 though. I don't know about you guys, but lately Walmart here, the ones that we shop at least, have had some of the nicest produce I've seen. Kind of blows my mind a little bit. You don't expect that. Just taking off some of the not so nice pieces. But that's where we keep buying this type of head lettuce from, and man, it's so nice. Hey, that looks good. That's all the bad stuff I took off. Wow. Pretty impressive. Kirkland sources from Blue Diamond. Oh, I've seen that brand. Is that the brand that makes the little tins of almonds, I think? Okay, we're just gonna go straight, cut the bottom off. Feed it to rabbits, Mary. This part, yeah, the leftovers. The buns would love me. Okay, what was that timer on for? The buns proofing, I guess? Blue Diamond does the smokehouse and all the other flavors. Yeah, I think I've seen that here in some stores, Bonk. The proofing on the bunners? How are they? They're getting there, guys. I think a little bit longer. Maybe they can finish proofing out of the oven though while it preheats. So now they go at 400 Fahrenheit for baking temp. And then I'll just leave these on top of the oven so that while it heats up, those can keep proofing from the residual warmth. And then whenever the oven's hot, those can go into bake. Okay, so we're gonna separate all of our leaves, get them washed. And then we'll just cut up what we need today, because this is absolutely deceiving how much lettuce is here on this head. This is crazy. It's non-stop. The layers just keep coming. I don't even think I've even grown a lettuce like this before. Your house has moose as neighbors? I mean, we used to have deer. They were the best composters. Seriously, I miss that, Mary. Throw all of the garden scraps over the fence, and then they just disappear. I feed the mamas. We gotta get a big bowl full of water to rinse this. This stuff doesn't look very dirty, but that doesn't mean it doesn't have any pesticides on it. So cool water in the bowl. You have smaller visitors. Canada and Alaska, you gotta watch out. I see salads in our future all week. While that's filling, I'll go grab the spinner. Oh, it's behind some stuff. Squeeze me. Squeeze me, please. Got it. Take this part out. We'll pipe it into the sink so it can flow as we spin the water off. You're squeezing me. Squeeze me. Oh, the water's so cold on my handles. So I'm just dunking them and swishing it in the water. And you just take your leaves, put them in there. It's really cold. Squeeze me. It's squeaky clean. Did you hear that? It's squeaking. It's so clean. Why are we even gonna fit all this in there? That's the real question of the day. Just very strategic. Put this one the other way. Otherwise the leaves might get crumpled. That's it. That's the last handful, and now I can't feel my hands. There was like one speck of dirt in the bowl, that's it. I gotta wait for the water to drain from the sink before I put the hose back in. There. No gross water in the lettuce spinner. Okay, now we spin it to win it. It's gonna be loud. Watch out. 'Cause it's really heavy too. This gear sounds nuts. Why does it sound so powerful like that? I feel like we can barely get it going. Everyone's sleeping in the house and I'm doing this. Okay, the water finally flowed out. That looks good. It doesn't take much, right? You just need that little bit of force. You guys see this? That's where the water goes, flying out of the tube. Okay, so some of this will get packed into probably just a Ziploc for the week for us to take the washed lettuce pieces from. And you just chop up what you need. You don't want to cut lettuce up too early because it likes to go brown really quick. So now we gotta strategically take this back apart. I think this was our last handful we put in. Whoa, there's like a suction. Did you hear that? That was the salad spinner. What the heck? It's like screaming. I'm so intrigued right now. Ask Rando to rebuild the transmission in it. We blew the tranny. We already filled one bag. Can we fit any more? It's gonna be the biggest salad of our life. Okay, close that up. That is packed. Nice. We got the greenery on deck. Now let's get a bowl for salad. Get this out of here. Apparently all this has to fit into there. Sounds good. Might be pushing it a bit. Is there any more water in here to drain? Just gonna put this back here. Back to the knife. Come a bit closer again. Okay, so we should be able to stack up some of these pieces. I can see some of it is still wet. So I'm gonna give it a little tap with our towel before we cut it up. A little bit of moisture is good, but the wetter your lettuce is, the less the dressing will stick on. So just keep that in mind. Seen some yellow bits here. I'm gonna pick off. I think we're good. Okay. So now we can take these, do all the big pieces, lay them out like this, stacked up. Do like 4 or 5 at a time, whatever you're comfortable with. And then from here, it looks like we'll be able to do a slice there, maybe down the middle and another one on the other side. We still want nice bite-sized pieces of lettuce. That part looked bad too, actually. I'm glad I saw it before we cut it up. Always smart to take all the bad pieces out first, right? Because you don't want to cut it all up and then have to pick all the small pieces out. Keep those together and then we just go across. That sounds crisp. Into the bowl. Last of the big leaves, and then just those little pieces. I might just go in half with that one. Nice. Pell. A pro gamer that also cooks? This is amazing. How are you doing today? It's good to see you. We're just making a salad. We got buns that are almost going in the oven. Lobster salad is made and marinating in the fridge, and then we just have to put the other pieces into butter. The day is going great so far. a few issues on stream. Internet cut out once. Lost power once already. It's not like I've been on that long. But we're back. We're here. We didn't give up. You just woke up? Just woke up and now the fire truck's coming. Look at that. Okay, lettuce fun is done. Wipe this off. I think the latest I've slept in lately was like 8:30 in the morning. Okay, orange time. Also just taking a peek at our buns back here too. Nice, guys, look. It's almost perfect before they go in. Oh man, they really did it. They really did it. Let's take a few oranges. Probably 2 is good. Boom, and then we'll make some segments. Has anyone in here done orange segments before? I got a little lazy the other day. I found like a shortcut. 3 fire trucks all day. So we're gonna go trim the end off of both sides. And then from here we take the peel off. I'm a cooking gamer. So take the peel off, but try not to take away too much of the fruit when you do it. Are they right here? Why does it sound like they just stopped right outside the building? Not again, guys. Fire truck, yeah. I think something happened though in our building lately, because there was like a crazy sign put up in the elevator from our building manager that was like red caps locks, super angry. It's like, absolutely do not let anyone into this building. Do you not care about keeping it safe for yourself? I was like, what happened? I don't see it, so I think we're safe. I can see the front of the building from our room. Okay, so now guys, try to take off as much of the, this is called pith, P-I-T-H, the white stuff from around the fruit. Chef's got game. Mythical Suki, I feel like I haven't seen you in forever. Happy New Year. Okay, we're zooming in more, and now do you guys see kind of in between all the little orange pieces that we have to get out of here? Pel's just covered in snow. So we slice on each side. Pull out an orange segment. That's how easy it is. And then you trim the other side and do it again. Notice how I'm using a paring knife for this. Sometimes you'll pick out like the membrane, let's say in between these orange segments. That's okay. I've been eating it here at home. It actually tastes really good if the oranges are good quality. So how we're taught in school is you absolutely do not want that membrane on your orange segment pieces. So you need all of that gone, no white allowed. But whenever I do this at home, I do it a bit, I don't know if it's more efficient and less wasteful, but I don't care about having the membrane on the outside of the orange. Just cut in between each layer and pick them apart. If you want to get crazy with it, just trim where the seeds might be, and that'll help with the texture. Okay, I don't think we've heard the oven beep yet. We're just waiting for it to heat up for the buns. A Tupperware orange peeler. If I had a P.O. box, you would send me some? You just message me, Gearbox. That's how we accept stuff. I'll send you my address. But yeah, we don't have a P.O. box. I've not run into issues over the years of you guys sending me things. I've never got anything weird. And most of you I've known for long enough that I trust. Okay, our lobster stock is up. How did I know? Because I could smell it at first. It's smelling a bit oceanic in here. This one I'm gonna peel because it's really thick. I'm gonna go turn that stock pot down though. There. Okay, so that's one orange done. We got, I think I usually get 10. 2, 4, 6, 8. You always get 10 segments from one orange. Let's see if the next one is like that too. And then we can just kind of place those around on the salad. I mean, it already looks like we almost have enough, but try and use these up. Should mail me the little orange Lego hand from 2 years ago that was in the cookie box. Bob. Thanks for the reminder. I should do that for everyone's boxes I'm sending. Just send them a body part from a Lego figure. Confuse the heck out of them. Yeah, I've never used any fancy orange peeler things, guys. This is how we're taught in school, and that's just what I'm used to, I guess. But as you can see, like, if I actually just focus on what I'm doing, not just chatting, pretty quick. And I always just flip it over and then trim that other side that we couldn't really see. That's good. Just move all those over. And then the same thing again. Body parts in the mail. It's not what you think, Mish. Trust me. This is the lazy person's orange segments. My culinary instructors would be so mad right now. This is what Kate is teaching them. Unbelievable. Some of them are really thin too. You gotta be careful not to break it. Okay, we're halfway through. Holy, there's an actual seed in the orange. That means it's real, right? It's not a fake orange. Boom. That's how you do it. So if you ever get a salad from a restaurant where the oranges are cut like that, now you can appreciate it a little bit more. Not that it takes that much longer to do that than to just like peel the orange and segment it normally. But this just looks fancier. Rinse off the knife. See what our oven's at. First I'm gonna put these all over. And wipe the board off. She's juicy. It's in season. Still gotta make some citrus honey Dijon dressing. Pell, imagine going to jail for dismembering the minifigs and sending them. I wouldn't want to live in that world then. Yes, 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 Niche. Okay, are we good on these buns? I think so. They're going in the oven. Everyone, quickly just look at my buns. Not like that. Those are gonna be awesome. So I'm gonna set, I think, 10-minute timer and then we'll check them. We got 10 minutes to crumble feta. Please, don't stress out. Oh, and we're gonna do 10 minutes on the almond toasting for the salad too. Get that timer on. Okay, now I gotta dig the feta out from the back of the fridge. One moment, please. Bonk. You're gonna love her buns. Look. This one is cow and goat too. I did not know this. This is news to me. It says, if you're not completely satisfied with this Kirkland signature product, your money will be returned. So if Mish was unhappy with the feta, she could return it. At first I was like, how did we even get into this container? Because I know we've opened it once. He's walking to his house? That's commitment, pal. Nothing like a little bit of walking before you get into couch. Look at this too, how they pack it now. So usually feta is like one big block. They slice this. Convenient, really. It fits better that way. So Misha's gonna say we want the whole slice. First I'm gonna pick that little bit out. And then let's get some chunks. Never contaminate the feta container. The brine. 20 miles? My God. He really is committing. Is that enough, Mish? No? Okay, let me see first. I gotta crumble it up. There's a specific ratio still that you gotta follow for salads. I'm not trying to just taste feta. At least I'm not. You want to taste all the other stuff too. Just put the whole tub in. It's a feta salad with everything else. It's not salad with feta. He was already gone when you woke up. You're like, where are you? I'm assuming you guys don't have like rideshare program there. So you know there's enough feta when you can't see what's underneath it. Good to go. One last ingredient before we make the dressing. She's grumbling. No rideshare, not even public transit. Which, that is kind of crazy. Because, like, we even had public transit when we were on the island in Souk for, like, 10,000 people. But you might even be in a smaller town. Dried cranberries, also known as craisins. The more you know. That'll contrast the orange really nicely, and same with the creamy feta. There used to be a taxi service, so what you're saying is we gotta come down and start a taxi service. Okay, I'll come back with a dressing container, as well as we'll need some oils, we'll need some honey. I did say citrus, but I'm probably gonna put a little bit of rice vinegar in there. Honey citrus Dijon dressing, I called it. We'll just shake it all up. It's a vinaigrette. 700-ish people, that's it. And yeah, mostly elderly. So they don't go move around too much. We're gonna do a mix of olive oil and a vegetable oil. We're gonna do orange juice and lemon juice. And then we just need our little bit of Dijon. Oh God, it'll never be the same. There's our lemon. I'll use that up for a start, and then we'll do one orange juice as well. No seeds allowed. Uh-oh. And yet a seed still gets in there. It was a small one, but still. Will it be about a tablespoon of lemon juice? I thought this would be so yummy on the side of the lobster rolls. A salad with a citrusy dressing to complement the seafood. Next one. See how the caracaras are very pink colored though? They almost look like grapefruit. Whoa, it's so juicy. Going everywhere. I think half of the orange juice will be good. We got quite a bit in here. And we don't want it too sweet because I still want to use a bit of honey. So I'll save that half orange. Give this a wipe. So we got orange juice everywhere. Now, a little bit of rice vinegar. I like it because it's not too acidic. It's got a bit of sweetness compared to just white vinegar. Just a little bit of that. So there's around like half a cup of acid now. And now we can top it up, do half and half of your oils. Holy shit, the lid almost just fell in there. The oil will float on top, so just pour slow, and then you'll see the ratio that you have on top of the vinegars. A little bit of olive oil. I usually do around equal parts oil and vinegar. And then we'll do a spoon each of honey and mustard. This is a Dijon mustard. And then a little bit of salt and pepper. We'll shake it up and see how it is. The mustard is gonna help stabilize the dressing as a vinaigrette and emulsify the oil with the vinegars. You shouldn't taste it too much though. So around a tablespoon. Same with the honey, I would say. Good spoonful. I really went for it. I've been a honey fiend lately. I can't get enough of it. It's like an addicting flavor. Okay, timer's just going off for the buns. We'll give them a peek in the oven, and same with the almonds toasting. That's how fast 10 minutes goes. Almonds are definitely toasting. I gotta give those a mix. It's shiggity. Oh man, not again. Think a few more minutes for the almonds. Same with the hot dog buns. But holy shit, they're looking so good. They're looking so good. 5 more minutes. Okay, let's get a little bit of salt. Still need that. So 1, 2, 3, 4 pinches. Maybe like half a teaspoon worth. And then we'll get a lid on there and we'll shake it up. Taste it. Make sure it stays on tight. You want to make sure the honey really emulsifies in there. Looks good. It's emulsified. It's all one fluid mixture. Awesome. Taste a little bit of this. That's good, guys. I was like, the things that I don't think of. I think I want like a bit of lemon zest or something in there. Something more lemony, but the base flavor is really good. Do I have another lemon? Yeah. So I'm gonna do a bit of zest off of that. And then we'll be happy. So we just need to chop up a few almonds. Get them more bite-sized. And the salad is done, guys. Just waiting on the buns, so now we can start thinking about our lobster rolls. We'll shake the dressing up once we put this in as well. Get the flavor distributed. And then I'll leave that lemon just in case we want it with the lobster rolls. But this shouldn't take too long to infuse that flavor from the zest. Done. I'm gonna put these things away. And how is our list? Greens washed, orange segment, almonds toasted, cranberry, feta, dressing, sweet. Just have to butter our lobster. The gochujang fell down. Unbelievable. It's still causing problems. It's still trying to cause issues. Mary says, drink some water, Kate. Okay, one sec. One moment. That sounds great. Everyone else should too. The whole top shelf, I keep saying I want to do like move the condiments elsewhere in the fridge to make it more workable. Is it even possible? I don't even know. But I will say I was like shocked. So one of the people that I did catering for during Christmas brought all the food over to their house. I was like, you have a little bit of room in your fridge for like some of the things that should be refrigerated for a few hours? Opened it up. All it was condiments and drinks. There wasn't even like one whole ingredient to be seen. Was like, so that's what rich people fridges look like? Wild. It was crazy. It was like MTV Crib style fridge. Okay, peeking. The buns are finally browning. Yes. Okay. Gonna get some plates on the ready for us. We gotta let the buns cool off a bit first. Because we want to, I guess I'll ask Samo if he wants them toasted or not. Gotta wake him up from his nappa. But otherwise, we just gotta drop some lobster into our butter. I'll show you where we're at. That's our stock from all the shells. Hanging out. And then that, whoa, don't ask me what that was. Is our butter pot. We have a few things to put in the butter. The claws are for garnish. And then all of this is to be warmed up in there. So let's get that just warming again. We should probably do this first and then just the claws last. We just want them heated and then coated in the butter. While we're waiting on the buns to finish, yeah. That's good. And then we already have our one other lobster salad completed. This is how that's looking. We'll give it a toss too. Yes, we know there's extra celery on the side of the bowl because I felt like I cut up maybe a bit too much compared to the amount of meat that we had to use. But we're gonna keep that cold till we need it. The one thing I will do right now while we're waiting on this butter and the buns, and then same with the almonds, take those out. Nice. Is we're gonna get a little bit of chives clipped. So almonds are toasted. Just pour those out into a bowl so they can cool in time for me to chop them. Because that pan is really hot, right, from roasting. Toast your nuts. Smells good. Okay, from the Arrow Garden, let's get some chives. I'm gonna just cut it straight across, I think. Ta-da! I'm trimming them up. Nice. You guys could also do green onion, but that was actually the first time I've really cut those chives to use. I've been trying to let them grow and build up strength because they kept falling over. No heat on this butter yet. Go a little bit higher. I'm gonna go wake up Samuel. Shake the bear. It's scary entering the bear den. It's almost ready. How is your Napa? Guys, like one moment on those buns, I don't think you're ready for it. Right? It's definitely a Sunday today. It's been so quiet on stream too. Even the whole weekend, really. Just everyone getting used to the new year, maybe. Samuel, I was gonna ask you, are we toasting these buns or we're just gonna have fresh buns? We don't care about the toasting.
I don't think I need to have them toasted.
Okay. I think it'll taste amazing just fresh out of the oven like that. But what we will do is we gotta butter the tops together, guys. So I will get... Do I want to just use some of that butter there? I might. Where's my pastry brush? Where the heck did it go? There it is. Literally the farthest back in dishwasher possible. Above 20 Celsius in the house for the first time? What are they doing over there? Holy shnikadike. We just broke our eardrums. Crystal Rose 21, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome in. That was the timer, guys. Are you ready for these? I don't think they could be more perfect. Look at that. I'm starting a hot dog bun business. I say that with everything I do. Bonk. Do you see my buns right now? I don't know if they could be more perfect than that. Okay, so oven's off. Take our butter pot for a sec. Don't forget to butter your buns. That's love right there. I'm excited to try these. I'm salivating. I learned something new today, and I hope you guys did too. That's how easy it is to make hot dog buns. Okay, the rest of this butter, lobster's gonna go in there. The buns are gonna cool for a moment. Let's go back to the stove. Didn't they turn out amazing yet it is? Man, like this grouping right here, these four, whoa, couldn't be more perfect. Okay, we can probably get all the lobster into here. Let's see. We are heating it up too. Have a slotted spoon. Yes. Okay, we'll do this amount first and then we'll put the claws in to warm up in here while we stuff the rolls with the other salad. This should only take a moment or two to heat it through. I'm gonna go higher up so we can see in there. There we go. Not really bubbling, so I'm just gonna turn it up a touch. That's okay though, because we still gotta let these buns cool before we can cut them. I'll get the knife ready a note. Who has the Canara lobster emote? I don't. The butter bath Mary. But that's cool that she has that. Okay, see a little bit of bubbles now? Success. That's what we want. I think I'll just scoop that right out and just put it back in the container where they came from. Oh, and, okay, one last thing while that's heating. Just gonna do a quick chop of our almonds for salad. Little bubbles is what we want. There's just like maybe 5 little bubbles coming up. You don't want to heat it up too quick. The nuts are still really hot. Hot nuts. Get your hot nuts here. Okay, now I turn it back down. Scooping it out. That is literally how long it takes, guys. Okay, next, we'll drop our claws in. And let those go. Just doing my quick little chopperoo. Nice, caretaker. Are those Tilde's ones? The other lobster emo? There are even a few people here that watch Tilde's. ASMR nut chopping sounds. How am I gonna scoop this into the salad? Okay, we're just gonna flip this and turn off the heat. They're like sticking out of the butter a bit. Nice. Now let's come over, get some buns in our life. I'm gonna start filling the buns. Please keep your eyes open. Thanks. Please keep your eyeballs open. Chat, everyone. The pull apart. We're doing 4 lobster rolls today. Whoa. Look at the glutens. It seriously looks like they came out of a factory.
Yeah.
I don't need to buy hot dog buns no more.
Nope. They come apart just like they would if you buy a big bag.
So now, the way that these get sliced, guys, is just straight up and down like that. They're still like steaming. They are hot out of the oven. Make sure you don't cut all the way through. Otherwise it'll fall apart. But let's see. Holy shit. That is seriously perfection for a recipe. The crumb didn't even get messed up when I cut into it. It's all about that sawing motion, guys. Mary, this recipe is a keeper.
guess keep eyes open.
Yep. Try not to crush them too much. Okay. Get those buns on the plates. Probably won't have room for salad on the plates, guys, but it's been made, so there's that. First ones we'll load up is the butter. You're happy you got to see it? Yay. And then we'll do the salad after. Just for the warm bun, we'll do the warm stuff first. I think it might be more like a one bun for this. Because like the thing is you really want it like filled. Like over filled. You don't want to just have bun with lobster. Vela, good to see you on Sunday. So this was poached in butter just to reheat it. Now we start stuffing this in. Like, let's see how it looks. We still have to put a claw on top. So maybe we can do one of each, but that doesn't look full enough to me.
You don't need to do it full.
Does that look good, Sam?
It's for us, not for presentation.
Yeah, I know. Maybe that will be enough then. We'll leave that. Okay, let me fill this other one then. We will do each one in each plate. It'll look good that way. This one would have been more like a half size. Don't. Sam was making fun of me. Oh, it did fill it up. Okay, now we pour the dredges back over. Put that spoon back over by the pot. I'll take you whenever you feel like it, Sam. You can finish off this other one while I load up the salad. Oh shit, I did not mean to click that. I was going for something else. What was that?
What was what?
I don't know what that noise was just now.
Where was it?
Boom.
Forward, behind you?
I have no idea. Like right underneath me?
No idea.
They look soft and fluffy. Thank you, Rockout Guy. This was my first time. So you're going to put one of each of the claws on top.
Okay.
And then you're going to use kitchen shears to snip the chives over. But yeah, this recipe for the hot dog buns, this is New England style. Absolutely amazing. I'm really, really impressed with it. Those ones are nice and full with this. The cold lobster salad versus the warm with butter. They're just here, my dear. They're clean. Guys, what are we thinking? Who's lining up? You like Sammy's version of Butterlicious ones, Kat? Oh, you did 2 claws on each one? This other one we'll just leave plain like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
These are butter ones, and that's salad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So the butter ones have claws, guys. The salad ones just have the mayo mix. My God, these turned out amazing. What? I didn't think they would be that good.
Get your photo.
I gotta get the photo and then we can finally eat it. Nobody cares about salad, but we will eat it, don't worry. The whole bowl will be crushed.
I'll eat the whole bowl.
Sam says he'll eat the whole bowl.
Thanks for making lobster rolls for me after 2 years.
What? After 2 years?
Yeah, because we wanted to make lobster rolls afterwards.
We did?
Yep.
After what?
You came back.
Oh. I need a little bit more. Oh, I can't do late in my life, so this is it.
Why?
Now or never.
It should work.
It's fine.
No?
Gotta get the close-up shots. Where's Mish? She was here, but she was saying Z's, so I think she got a bit tired.
She has been going hard this Christmas season.
It looks too good.
Oh, shit. She's here.
She says she's here. Okay, which one do you want to start with?
Butter.
This one? The salad too? Oh, like a photo with it? I'll let Sam start eating his and then I'll bring the salad bowl in. It doesn't matter. Just choose one.
Choose one, please.
They're literally the same. Eat this one. There, Bonk. Got a good photo with everything. You guys see all the feta in the salad right now? I don't even know if you can handle that. Excuse me. He just keeps saying, I don't know if you hear it. The cutest little yummos. I didn't even barely get a bite in there. It's a good batch of lobster, guys. No one said it was a cheap meal, but it's still cheaper than us going out to get something like this, or even just going to a restaurant and having lobster. The dill flavor in the mayo salad one, and then the crunchy celery, like you don't taste the celery. It's really good. I need to allow this. It's a two-hander. Okay, so we looked up the spot where I had lobster rolls in, was it 2023? I think we figured out in San Diego. So I got the epic roll, which was like the most amount of lobster meat in it. It's what, like $48 now? $48 now.
$40.
Okay, $40 even now for one roll. We got 3 lobsters today for $55, and we made 4 rolls from it. So a little bit more work, yes, but you get 4 times the amount.
Yeah, but we're also getting a stock.
And then, yeah, we get the stock to make bisque from or whatever. Okay, I'm going to move that over for you because I want to try this though.
That's fucking rich.
Just lobster and butter.
It's fucking rich. Yeah. Yeah.
That one is so good. I'm coated in butter. Okay, now we'll contrast the butter with one last bite of this salad cold. It really is not easy to eat. But holy shit, it's so good. The buns, Mary. Amazing recipe. I can't wait to destroy this. I'm so excited.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
Thanks for helping with all the crazy stream stuff that happened today. Guys, can't believe the weekend's over already again. It doesn't feel long enough. Hey? Already done-o? Really good foods we made though this weekend again. Yesterday we did some Cantonese Chinese food. We did duck and stir-fried noodles. Those turned out amazing. I'm excited to eat the leftovers for lunches. And then this, I mean, not leftovers other than the buns and maybe some salad. That was so good. Recipes are in Discord if anybody wants them so that you can make them at a later time. Who is on right now? Who are we gonna go raid today? Who did we raid yesterday? Chaotic Good Mage? I need to open this up bigger. Ciao Cat, thanks for hanging out while you did your studying. It's nice to see you at least just once a week. California Birds. You want to go see Chef Steve? That's where I usually drop you guys on Sunday. Who else we got in food and drink? Anyone new? I always have to watch for the English speaking because there's lots that aren't. Hot dog truck live. That would be fun. Okay, we're gonna go see Steve because I feel like that's just our usual thing. It's a tradition. Okay. Astro Canuck. What do they do? Chef Steve 3:30 because we gotta make sure everyone's a-okay at the end of the week. It's like a checkup. Hi, just making sure you're okay. Okay, sounds good. Have a wonderful week. See you next Sunday. Guys, thank you very much for the awesome weekend. Games on Friday. Hilarious. A blast. Chill. If you haven't been there on our Friday nights, starts at 4 p.m. Pacific. Come check it out next Friday. Supermarket together. And then, yeah, like I said, the last 2 days of us cooking, very good recipes. I'm glad to branch out. We learned a little bit again. I made some stuff that I haven't made before. Still going with it. So have a wonderful week. Thank you so much to everyone that contributes to our stream and goals on the regular. And stay tuned in Discord for our schedule coming up. I think that's all I got. Thanks for being here with me. Love y'all. Be safe and see you next time. Bye.